Some interesting things are coming out on the Aaron Judge front, my dude. Hello and welcome everybody to the Walk Off. I'm Scott Belford, joined as always by the best co-host in the biz, Adam Mack. So last night I was reading an article from Ken Rosenthal on The Athletic, and I sent it to you being like, holy crap, man. Like,
it's crazy.
This is crazy. This is literally could be considered collusion and is incredibly against the rules. So Major League Baseball currently is investigating whether comments attributed to Mets sources about their reluctancy to pursue Aaron Judge as a free agent and to not try and outbid the Yankees is actually against the rules. So on November 3rd, the Mets on their television network basically said that they wouldn't bid against the Yankees for Aaron Judge, which
this is the Mets equivalent of Sportsnet.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And obviously, Major League Baseball Players Association was like, whoa. You can't say this.
Yeah.
Because it's meddling in the negotiations of Aaron Judge's free agency,
of course,
from an outside source, right? So we'll see how this
from an inside source.
From an inside source. My apologies. Yes, from an inside source. So what's going to be interesting, in my opinion, is to see how Aaron Judge's camp views this. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the Players Association isn't going to demand an investigation unless something is pushing them to do so. And that thing is probably Aaron Judge and his agency being like, what the hell?
Do you know who represents Aaron Judge? Is it Boris?
It
just feels like it would be Boris. But do you know who it is?
It should be Boris.
Whoever's representing him has got to be concerned about this, right? So for good reason, all season long we've been talking about the big bidders in on Aaron Judge. So now to have one of the three biggest bidders go, nah, we're not going to compete with our
rival. We don't want to mess with the Yankees. Yeah. Which is interesting. And I know there's another investigation going on in the same sort of ilk with the Astros, because Jim Crane, owner of the Houston Astros, came out and said that they're not going to be in on the Verlander bidding because he would like along the same lines of Max Scherzer, which is also not something you're technically allowed to do. Well, these are all going to end in slap on the wrists. But what is interesting, in my opinion, is how does this come across to Aaron Judge?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Who has already said all the right things. But let's be serious. There's no way that being booed after breaking the American League home run championship or the home run record, like there's no way that doesn't hurt a little. Listen, money solves everything, and I'm sure he could put that aside. But now all of a sudden it looks like the Yankees and Mets are agreeing to step aside, like
it is weird. It's frustrating. I mean, look, Aaron Judge did get a big contract offer last offseason. He said, you know what? I'm worth more than that. This is kind of bullshit. Bet on himself. Excuse my language. And so now to finally get there, to get to free agency and go, I bet on myself. This is great. And now to find out that the team that you just gave one of the best seasons of all time to is putting its thumb on the scale.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the collective bargaining agreement specifically prohibits the sharing of information of players' contracts. Like, this is a big no-no.
Is massive. I mean, again, Ken Rosenthal is the writer of this article on The Athletic. We'll link to it in the show notes. Go have a read if you're interested in hearing all the details. Ken Rosenthal, as legit as it gets. For me, if he's writing on it, it's noteworthy. Is that fair to say?
I would agree.
There's something here. I think we're going to hear a lot more about this in the coming days, but this article just out this morning. So kind of some breaking news here on the Aaron Judge front.
If you're Aaron Judge, Adam, does this upset you?
Yeah, of course. Of course it does.
Yeah.
That's like, you're out on the job market. You're applying for a job, and the boss is like, well, what do you think you're worth, right? And you're like, well, I think I deserve $14 an hour, just a good young kid. And then to find out, you come home and your mom called Canadian Tire and is like, no, 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 minimum wage is fine for him. You know, it's like, what are you doing, mom? You're supposed to be, what? I just hit 62 home runs for you, mom. Anyways, this is a weird
Buddy,
metaphor.
hey, your analogies, I'm here for it, man. You just compared the New York Yankees front office to your mother, and I love it.
All
All
right.
right,
That
let's
tells
end
you.
it there. If
All
you're
right.
if you're watching right now, we would love to hear what you think. If you're Aaron Judge, does the Yankees putting their thumb on the scale a little bit and maybe one of the top bidders for your services coming out and being like, actually, we're out? Would this upset you?
Yeah. Let
And
us
do you
know.
think, and I'd love to hear from Yankees fans here too. I know
Big
Yankees
time.
fans normally just wind up ripping us apart in the comments because we're Blue Jay
Yeah.
podcast, but that's fine.
They say a
Would
bunch of
love to hear
nice.
from Yankees fans if you're watching what you think of this. Is this nothing? Like maybe we're overblowing this, and Aaron Judge is probably going to still just go to where the most money is. But how many slights can he feel from New York before he's like, that's too many?
That's too many.
Like,
Yeah. Quit picking on me, mom. All right. We'll wrap it up here. Thanks again for all the support and the growth over the past week. It's been pretty incredible. We are
yeah.
pushing 250 subscribers on the Clips channel and about 3,500 on the main channel. So appreciate all the growth and love and support. We couldn't do this without the people watching, tuning in, commenting, interacting. So appreciate it. We'll catch you all tomorrow. Big news show on Friday, right?
That's right, buddy. Cheers,
Okay.
everyone.
We'll see you then.